Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Factorio. We've had a little break. Let's get back to building our million minions. I do have these producing fast enough so that we've got the blue science packs being made in all 6 factories. That's a step in the right direction. Right. It's an absolute mess. This entire factory is an absolute mess. It really is. I mean, some of this is looking a little bit tidy, but this is in no way my finished factory. Right? We just need to get through this advanced electronics bit. We will now work on improving the copper production, I think, because if we look in here, we've got that one that we're making right now. We're working on the 1,500 of those, and that's going to get us that, which we've then got to start making. So we're going to need to still increase our advanced circuit production. So we're going to have to do a better design than the one we've got, I should think. We've also got the low density structures, that's another 1,500, and we got that there, which is 500, and then we've got 2,500 of everything to go into that one, and that's not going to be easy. So yeah, we've got our work cut out still by a long way, and probably the fastest measure of increase to be able to properly increase all of this, I would say the most beneficial thing would be to ramp up the copper production. That's what we're going to need. I think that is the one thing that is really going to make a big difference to all of this, is much, much faster copper production. So I need to go in here. All of this is looking like it kind of looks good, but quite frankly, there's a lot of issues with this, isn't there? Not least of which, we're not making good use of the coal here. I need to make better use of the coal. I mean, I don't really need 6 of those up there. I could move that around a bit, and it'd be better if I removed this off of here altogether and put that. I could dump it over here. Like, if I put that over that side, and actually, let's forget that. We've got a lovely great big space up here. We'll put our new... We'll do what we've done down here, but we'll put that up there. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put this that we've got, all of these belts, all of these inserters, everything that we've got down here, we're going to do that. And I'm going to do it up the top. Or, saying that, I could just plonk down a load of mining drills on there. I could run the ore down through here. I can split the fuel line that's going through between them. And I could just put the copper down here. So then I've got copper production. I can pump it out that side, because I'm taking copper up that belt. And just literally just have that mirror image it down here. And I don't even need then to have a second fuel line. Right? If I mirror image it down here, I've already got a fuel line all set up. And that's all I will need. I don't need to worry about any other aspects of it other than that. So how many have we got here? If I make all of these, then I can start dumping them in a chest, and then we'll get the robots to do most of the work. So I got 32, 33 each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of those as well. I've got... I don't need to worry about those. I've got plenty of those belts being made in that chest right there. Let me have a little count up of these. I got the bricks, and I've counted up. We need 28 of them altogether, which I've got right there. So if I go shift-click like that, that will make all 28 furnaces, and we can start putting them down. Now, right now, we have a major issue in that we've got a shortage of fuel. We don't have the fuel coming through. We've got fuel being used up down here, but we don't have enough fuel going through to our furnace array. And this is a problem. This is actually quite a serious problem. We've got, it's going up there, and it is going into all of these. That's going along just fine there. That's ticking along. It's all wonderful and tickety-boo. But, yeah. We got issues on their way. There are issues on top of issues going to be happening here soon. And we could really, really do without this. So we'll go Let me just go up here a minute. I've got some coal there. I'm going to need more coal. Well, we'll be removing this, so we will be... Very quickly, we're going to be rescuing this. I'm just going to dump you in there a second, and you can start producing a little bit more coal just to help out. So we'll drop that into there like that. There's only one more going in there, but it's better than nothing. Right, our furnaces are ready. Everything else is ready. The copper is all backing up on here, which means the copper is going to be going in the other direction as well. That's just fine. No, this is the issue right here. This is the problem that we've got. We've got all of this timber in here. Okay, now if I mouse over there, we've got 6,500 timber in storage at the moment. But what I'm actually thinking is we've got another... I was just looking at this. We've got another issue that is starting to arise. Right, we've now got some red circuits being made. I'm going to want to produce those faster. It stopped making again when we're not making these. And what are we doing? We've got these over here, but it's not taking it out fast enough. Look in here. Right, 10 light oil to make 1 solid fuel. Right, 10 light oil. I have got tons. I got mountains of oil. I got more oil than I know what to do with. And then I've also got loads of this fuel, but I'm just not using this fuel up. Right, I'm absolutely not using it up. So what we want to do is we want to start putting that fuel right there onto the line down this way. We want to start using that to keep things running. So we want to get a line of that fuel coming down here and joining onto there. If I can connect that in, then some of these will start burning that fuel instead. Because you look, if I go in here, I'm actually carrying some round, he says. No, I'm not. Right, well, I'll get rid of that little bit. Let me go back up, and we will grab a stack of this fuel. And I will show you. We can use this, and it burns for ages, right? It's highly efficient. It's really good stuff. So if I go into there, and I take a stack of that. We run down here. We can use it for our boilers as well, right? It'd be a really good item to use for the boiler. We can either use it here, or we can use it down the boilers down the bottom. I'm going to use it on here. I'm going to worry about it on the boilers down the bottom. If I drop that in there instead, and you can see how long it's taking to burn up one piece of coal on there, right? And actually, that one there, that's nearly burned out, that piece of coal. So I'll drop that in a minute. And you have a look. That's how quick that's how long it lasts on there. And then you go to this one. And it does last an awful lot longer. That is because the fuel value on that is 12 megajoules. And the fuel value on coal is 4 megajoules. And the fuel value on a piece of wood is only 2. So you've got a lot of fuel value on a solid fuel block. That lasts for absolutely ages. I'm just going to leave that block in there. And we can just leave this kind of going like this. I could not worry about the coal at all. I could not worry about the timber. I mean, I don't want to use up all the timber. I don't want to burn it all up, because we will be wanting to use it for other things later on as well. So I don't just want to keep chucking it in on the line and burning it, although we will be burning an awful lot of that. Right, don't get me wrong. I am planning to burn a lot of it. But right now, what we really want to do is we want to take that fuel out of there, and I want to start bringing that down, and I want to be burning that everywhere. I want to start using that up as rapidly as I possibly can. So I have got 2 filter inserters right here, and I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to... I'm going to do it down here. I'm going to go one there and one there like that. And then I'm going to extend this line, and I'm actually going to go with the fast belt. I'm going to extend that line down to there, and then I'm going to put that one down like that. And that is going to go around that like that. There. So I've used up those. And then you, right here, I'm going to whitelist solid fuel blocks. And that one, I'm going to whitelist solid fuel blocks. So it's going to start taking the solid fuel blocks and putting them over there. It's not going to take them any further, right? And so we will probably end up with like a few red electronics on here, these advanced circuits, but that's fine. We don't mind that. They can stay there. So I want to bring these down a minute. How are we doing on... Oh, no, I don't want to look at you. I want to look at you. You're fine at the moment. Right. This is starting to back up a little bit. Right, we are backing up a little bit. But remember, I'm about to double up the number of furnaces that are in here. And this is going to make a significant difference. I got 28 of these bad boys right here. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to have the robots do this. It's going to be a lot easier, for me at least, if I get the robots to do it. So I'm going to go into there, and I'm going to drop 28 of them into there. And I'm going to drop... Right, if I've got 28, I'm going to want 56 of them. And 28 of them. So I'm going to put just the right amount in. Put those in there, and then I'll go... Actually, you know... I'll just put in another half of those, and I want 28 of them, so there's a few extras in there as well. What else do I want? I think that's everything. I think that's all I'm going to need on that, and... Oh, electric poles. Have I got electric poles up on here? I know I've got some. Let's put in another stack, just there, so that we make sure that we've got enough. And we've got our temporary... belt at the moment, and that over there, I'm just going to swap that one over, just so that we've got, I'm going to make 5 of those like that. I'm just going to swap out that little bit down that end, just so this makes a decent, like a tileable item that I can drop in. At least I'm hoping it will be tileable. And then I want to go here, and it's not the Roboport, it's that blueprint right there. I shift right click to clean it, and then I can take that and I run all the way down here, and I will take it like that, and I will run it along here just like this, all the way up through there right to that end, and I'll take that. There we go. That'll do me. Yep, that's fine. Right. And then I will bring that one down here. So I want to rotate it round so that it goes this way. And so that I've got... This is the in-feed on this side. And I'm going to... Right, I've got a telegraph pole right there in the way, which I need to remove. Get rid of that one. There's nothing up that end. So then we can go back to this, and we can go back onto here. And, right, it's putting it out there. I want to go over that way by 1. No, I don't. I want to go over by 1 more. Because I want the furnaces to line up. That's what I want on this. I want those furnaces to all be in line. I think that's where I want it. Yes. Because you can see the red grabbers, they will go out and they will reach the middle row, and then that will go out to, yep, I'll drop that down there. So the robots will come on, and they will place everything down in the right place. Okay, we'll put down all the belts that we need to put down, and I've got a belt that's running along that way. It might be running the wrong way for us at the moment, but that's fine. It's not going to make any difference once everything has been put in place. See, I didn't have to do any of that. All of my robots went and did it for me instead. There. Everything is now in place. It's absolutely perfect. So all I got to do now is I've just got to go along and I've got to adjust this ever so slightly just to make some slight improvements all the way round. And I also need to be able to get some ore coming in, and we want some... and then we can start like taking the copper coming out as well. Well, it all drops out there, and this all goes in through in there, so that we know that that's working fine. And it all seems to be working okay on this side as well. We're prioritizing still, putting everything down here. I can get rid of that. Like that. And that's going to keep that running through. So that's all going along quite nicely down there. And that's running through exactly how we want it to. There's no issues going up there. There's no issues anywhere. Everything is ticking along very, very nicely. This is fantastic. Right, now I'm going to come over to here. I'm going to take you, and I'm going to take up a few hundred of those, because we're going to start using them. And I'm also going to go back over to here, and I'm going to take those two lots out of there, because I'm going to be wanting them. And then we're going to go over here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that down, like this, and I'm sort of having a look around. So I want to bring that one. Where do I want to put that? Trying to think of where the best location. I want to bring that one over here, and I'm going to run it down in between that line down there. That's where I want to take that one. So I do need to make a couple of these. So 1, 2, 3 of them. I'll make 5 of them as well, and then a couple more of them. That's fine, like that. Okay, I've got hundreds of those, and that one can go like that. And then I can clear that, and I can clear that, and probably clear that. Because we're not going to be using very many of the low-speed belts anymore. We're going to be using almost predominantly the high-speed belts, rather than low-speed belts. Turn that, and that one will go out like that. Perfect. Right over to there. I will... Actually, yeah, we'll put a power line onto that one so that it starts putting those through, like that. And that, in turn, is going to start filling up our belt, which in turn is going to start doing that. It's going to start using up some of that, which means that then we will actually start producing a little bit more stuff over here, which means we get more petrol, which means we get more plastic, because we're going to run out of plastic. If we don't do this, we will run out of plastic, and that is going to cause us a major headache if we allow it to happen before if we allow it to happen. If we run out of plastic, we've then got to wait for absolutely ages for everything to fill back up again, and we could really do without that major headache. So I'm bringing this one all the way down here, and we're going back this way because I want to drop it in. I'm going to feed it right in around right on here. Right, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put it into there. So it's prioritizing out on that side, but you can see I've now got that stuff coming out. Right, I've got all of that. And it's all going to come out of here. It's going to feed in alongside that, but it's all going on one side at the moment, which is not something that I want to keep doing. So I'm going to run back up this way. And we're going to do that old double slot thing. And I'll do that over here. I've got a little bit of room for it right here. So I drop that one into there, like that. And then you will be the active one there. You will go in that way. Actually, you will go like that. You will go... I don't have enough room for it right there. So I will do it like this. I will go like that. And then I will feed that down there. That one will go out and down. And, you know, it can go out like this. It can go that way. And that one can go there. And you can go in there. I could probably do it a different way than that it wouldn't use up quite so much space. But this is fine. And that's going to have both sides of this belt stuffed full, which is great. Down here, it's all just going on to one side, which we don't really want. But it's fine. It'll be used up eventually. Everything is now going to start using that fuel, as well as the coal, as well as the timber. And this is a good thing, because later on, we're going to be using an awful lot. We've got a lot of timber we have got a lot of timber on here, which is great. But we've also got a lot of other stuff that we want to use. Right, if we've got all of the timber over here, we've got some coal. Coal is not so important. We can keep that back. Now I've got this, I don't need to worry quite so much about not having enough coal. We've got all of this solid fuel coming into the system. That's going to keep the rest of it running along quite nicely. So we no longer need to have any serious concerns about getting that stuff out fast enough. Then we come along here. The iron ore, we've still not got quite enough iron ore flowing through our system. That's fine. We will make more iron ore in our system fairly soon. So that's another little aspect of it that we don't really need to concern ourselves with unduly. It's something that's going to be taken care of fairly soon. Copper is built back up here. But all of this copper production here that we got going on, that's all coming to a halt. So we've got... These are both just about full. I need to remove those. That's got to come out. We're no longer going to be using that. I am going to be wanting copper still coming up there, so I'm just wondering how I'm going to do this. Right, I've got that. You know what? Remove that for a minute. And then we will come down over here. Like this. And I will come down over here. And we will remove that one, and we will remove that one. And then we'll take that one out, and we will put a belt onto here and here. So that's going to start feeding all of the coal down this way, and we're not going to be taking any coal up northwards of there. So that can now all be... That'll just keep going there. We will come back, and that's going to be tidied up yet again afterwards, but right now it doesn't need to be. We've got 2,400 right there, so the next thing I'm going to do, actually, I'll put those over there, and I'll clear that off of that bit, like that, because then I can take this deconstructor right there. Both of these deconstructors are ones that I use quite a lot, so I'll remove that there, and that's going to pick up all of that copper, and it's going to move it, because otherwise it's going to be in our way. And I would rather it was all dumped out of the way. So they will go through and they will deal with that and they will shift it. We've got blue science being made over here. We've now got these two going flat out making this as quickly as they possibly can. I don't know if they're producing it. They are actually using it up at the moment. Well, no, what they're doing is they're backfeeding a belt. At the moment, they're just backfeeding a belt. So we're taking it out at a reasonable rate of knots. The speed that we're taking it out, though, right here is the heavy oil. I'm now full on heavy oil, so I need to set up 2 more of those, making more of them to use up the heavy oil so that we don't end up on electricity. You can see we're getting little power spikes going through. Did you see that? We've that's because we're using up the robots again. It's not something that we're going to worry about at the moment, though. We do not need to concern ourselves with using excessive amounts of robots. It's not going to cause us any issues. What I do want to do, what I do want to worry myself with, is removing that lot and removing that lot right there. Which means... Actually, you know, I shouldn't be removing that. That one line down there, I don't think I should... Just removing that. I can take iron, and I can bring that from somewhere else. I need a bit of iron along there, and I need a bit of copper to go into a thing up here. But I can deal with that somewhere else. I don't need to deal with it here, so I will just remove that. That's another item that's gone. And down to there, that can also be gone. And then I can remove that. We've got a little mining area over here. That's going to now disappear, as is that and those two. And that bit right there, that can all disappear. And then we come down over here. The last bit that we're going to be getting rid of is this down here. We don't want to get rid of that yet. That's unconnected at the moment. It's not going to be affected by what we're doing over here, so we can completely ignore it just for a minute. Let's go over this way again. So we're down to 1,200, and you can see we're very quickly getting through those. Let's go and run back up over this way and see how these are doing. And again, we've got issues because of the petroleum. It's actually going to slow down how quickly we can make these. We do have a good reserve of batteries, though. At the moment, we've got a decent reserve of batteries. The only thing that's holding us back there is a lack of steel, which is why I've only got 25 of them in there at the moment. So while we're waiting for the robots to clear a bit of that stuff there, let's take another run down here. We've got steel being made. Why is that one not got anything on it? Oh. It's just not got a picture on it. That's a bit odd. I don't know why it's got that, but anyway, it does. I'll take a line of steel right there so that it starts going through and dealing with that. We're going to be moving the steel production as well. Although I'll probably leave the steel production exactly where it is until we've got the next stage of the other production done. Because there's a few other things that we'll be leaving exactly as they are for now. Right, if I drop in a whole load of those, there's several hundred more. And I'll drop in some more of them. Right. That's going to keep them running. And then, how many have we got right now? How many robots? Where's my... there's a roboport. Wait, what? 309. I've accidentally picked up a robot. There. We now have the appropriate amount. I'll take you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so there's 9 in there. Right, I got 20 of them. I'm going to make another 20 of these. Like that. And I've now got 160 green electronics. So in theory, the logistics robots should now come out. They should come out flying. Yes, they are. I've only got 10 logistics robots in the whole system. But they should come out, and they should go and grab a few green electronics, and they should put them into my bags. And look, you can see them. They're there. They're chasing me. See? They're going to get it. They've gone and put a few in. They can only carry 10 at a time. So I'm just going to stand here and let them... There, see? They're good little boys, aren't they? They're very good. They're very helpful. They like to do their thing. So now I can chuck down another 20. There we'll go and help. 330 construction robots, all out and busy. I like to run roughly 5,000 or 6,000 construction robots in the earlier stages of my factory. Then increase that. I ramp that up later on. So at the moment we only want like 3,000 or 4,000 of them. I probably won't even go that high. Right now we're wanting them to clear, and they've done that. They've cleared that, so that lot is gone. And then they're going over here and they're going to start removing everything else that's got little arrows on it, little crosses on it, I should say. But if you look here, right, I've already got some iron ores and I've got some other bits. I'm not carrying any ore at the moment. So what I can do is I could just go along and I could put a little bit of this iron ore that they've gone and picked up off of this track, and I can drop it into those. So that's going to just feed that with iron just for the time being. There's a few stacks of 100 on there. That should be enough to keep that running for as long as we might need it to. We don't need it to be running for any particular long length of time. It's just got to go for a little bit. Next up, we kind of want to remove everything else, right? And I mean everything else. We want to take all of that and those mining drills as well. I'll take all of that out. All gone over there. And I'll run down here. Remove this coal. All of this in-feed belt down here. The whole lot. We're going to get rid of all of it. Okay, so I'll let the robots just work through that. The bit that we're going to want to do... Actually, let me just get that bit down there all removed as well. So they're taking all of that. And... Actually, no, we don't need to remove those. Yeah, we do. We do want to remove those. And I'll do that. And then that belt. That all wants to be removed. Over to there, and I've got an issue that this half of the base no longer has power. And this is something that does happen fairly frequently. I've mentioned this before. Well, folks, Rome wasn't built in a day, and 1,000,000 minions are not going to be built in a single episode. We've run out of time, so if you've enjoyed the episode, then please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.